How do you rise in the Uni-Party? Easy. Just show you're willing to look the other way. All it takes is turning your back on a victimized class of poor, young, white girls. Refusing to protect them, because of race and class, not the girls' race, no, because of the race of the attackers. Let's look at how the powerful have characterized the problem. Lucy Powell, Labour MP and leader of the House of Commons. On May 3, 2024, Powell went on Channel 4 News in response to a grassroots campaign demanding an inquiry into the grooming gang scandals. On Friday night, Lucy Powell, Labour MP and leader of the House of Commons, dismissed concerns about grooming gangs as dog whistle politics during a Channel 4 interview. In 2017, Shah shared a tweet suggesting victims should shut their mouths for the good of diversity. She revealed her true self there. Jack Straw, former Labour Home Secretary. Jack Straw acknowledged a specific problem of Pakistani men targeting white girls, referring to them as easy meat. His use of this term shifts the blame onto vulnerable girls. Lisa Nandy, Labour MP for Wigan. Lisa Nandy cautioned against generalising or stoking hatred by pointing out cultural factors. What is cultural about rape that it needs to be tolerated? Tracy Brabin, Labour Mayor of West Yorkshire. Tracy Brabin expressed concerns that discussing race in grooming gang cases could inflame community tensions. But Tracy, aren't they the ones who made it about race by targeting white girls? Rishi Sunak, Conservative Prime Minister. Rishi Sunak acknowledged that victims were failed due to political correctness. But he could have changed the direction of political correctness easily, and become a hero doing so. But he did not. Keir Starmer, Prime Minister, who will forever be known as Two-Tier Keir due to his lack of interest in prosecuting perpetrators. Keir Starmer suggested that focusing on these cases could be seen as political point scoring, but now we know Starmer is not to be trusted in his judgment. David Lammy, Labour MP. David Lammy's astonishing attempt to distract from the real problem by stating Pakistani men were being scapegoated is the most outrageous of mental acrobatics. And it is not the most stupid thing he has said, sadly. Yvette Cooper, Labour MP and Home Secretary. This scandal falls under her supervision, officially. Yvette Cooper warned that focusing on ethnicity is counterproductive, thinly veiling the issue as a racist issue. We want them and their families arrested, prosecuted and deported, Madam Home Secretary. Now, they are the racists. Andy Burnham, Labour Mayor of Greater Manchester, a man who has been working to keeping a lid on this scandal. Andy Burnham called for balanced media coverage to avoid stereotyping communities. But his power has long been linked to those who have a vested interest in avoiding prosecutions or even policing. Jess Phillips, Labour MP. Jess Phillips emphasised that most abuse happens in families, not gangs. Phillips has served as Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Safeguarding and Violence Against Women and Girls since July 2024. And so it is her job to protect women. Sad. Stella Creasy, Labour MP, highlighted that abuse is everywhere and should not be racialised. Another effort to distract from the Pakistani men involved in this systemic practice. Natim Zahawi, Conservative MP, stated that grooming gang rhetoric must be handled delicately, A subtle reminder to everyone that we are not experts and only clever people like him can discuss it. Robert Jenrick, former Home Office Minister, was Shadow Secretary of State for Justice and Shadow Lord Chancellor since November 2024. He previously served in the Cabinet, a place where he might have had some influence on this issue. Robert Jenrick described group-based child sexual exploitation as perhaps the greatest racially motivated crime in modern Britain, probably ensuring he would not be made Conservative leader. Simon Danskuk, writer and former Labour MP, was willing to explain things a bit. Simon Danchuk claimed a Labour Party chairman advised him not to highlight the ethnicity of gangs to avoid affecting electoral chances. Now that makes more sense than anything else I have heard. Nadia Whittome accused Conservatives and Reform of weaponising the trauma of victims for political gain, while focusing her efforts on trans rights. And then there is Imran Ahmed Khan, former Conservative MP from Wakefield, convicted of sexually assaulting a 15-year-old boy, highlighting issues within political ranks. He was forced to resign in 2022. And look at what happens when people go against the narrative and stand up for girls. Suella Braverman, Conservative MP and former Home Secretary. Suella Braverman highlighted a sick culture of abuse among British Pakistani men, facing harsh criticism for her remarks. Is that fair? Criticism for identifying the national origin of the attackers? Did we not just release crime statistics doing the same thing? And then there is Sarah Champion, Labour MP for Rotherham. Sarah Champion stated that Britain has a problem with British Pakistani men exploiting white girls, leading to her resignation from the shadow cabinet. See what happens if you speak out? So what are we to make of this career ladder? If they truly believe that seeking justice is racist or dangerous, they're elitist and delusional. If they know it's wrong but say it anyway, they're worse than cowards. They're dangerous and should not be in office. Justice is not a dog whistle. It is a moral duty. Thank you for watching this video by British Heritage Prism, dedicated to the future of our British children and grandchildren. If you would be kind enough to hit subscribe, it would help this baby channel grow. Thanks for helping us out.